Oh, it's coming on now. I decided to rearrange my shack at 6:50. 6:59. 6:59. I decided to arrange my shack. I'll never do that again. So I got it mostly up. I think everything is plugged in right. I literally took everything apart because I wanted it differently. Because I have my antenna rotor controller that I put in, and I didn't like where everything was, so I just moved it. So I'll never do that again, but we're on the air now, and we're live as well.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, I'll pass it back to you, and you can bring in the next station for this evening's little QSO party, I guess we'll call it. Back to you, Ernest, VA3EWV, VA3JPX.
Thank you so much there, and also I connected the sound going through a different speaker system. I have to say it sounds better on the radio than it does over this new speaker system. KC4 Z X-ray Z Echo X-ray, come on in.
KC4 GEX, located in Kentucky, about 65 miles southwest of Louisville. Name here is Charles. I just found you on the Facebook page there a few minutes ago, and I said, well, I'll see if I can get to them. Sometimes my EchoLink messes up a little bit, but it seems to be doing okay tonight. Nice to get on here with somebody different for a change. I keep looking around for different nets, different places to check into. A fairly nice day today, a little bit cool, sun is shining. Right now it's about 68 degrees Fahrenheit. It was slightly warmer than that earlier in the day, but it's been a fairly good day.
Thank you for coming in and joining us. So my name is Ernest, VA3EWV, living here in St. Andrews, West Ontario, Canada, just outside of Cornwall, Ontario, in the province of Ontario. So just having some fun with this. I had purchased me a little EchoLink AllStar node probably about 5 or 6 months ago now, and it took me about 3 to 4 months to get it working. And then it was just working, right? So I was like, nope, not gonna invest that kind of money and time and not use it. So I decided to start myself a little Echo AllStar Link net on Friday nights at 8. Now it is the long weekend, so I thought I was gonna be by myself, but I do appreciate both of you coming in there.
Okay, I know what you mean there. I've been around since my first license I got back in 1991, upgraded to January 2001. I've had EchoLink since about 2002 or 2003. Had used it a lot for a long time. I moved last year, and since I moved, I haven't got any HF antennas up yet, so I'm kind of limited to EchoLink to a certain extent, other than my 2 meters 440. But yes, it's nice to get in here. I'll try to start checking in from time to time. I'll put you on my favorites so I can get back to it anytime I need to. Really nice to talk to you all up there. KC4 GEX.
Thank you so much. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually connect this this node up to our local repeater and try to get some local people in. So I was a little tardy today, as I was telling you all. I was tardy because I was setting up my I was busy setting up my system here, and I'm running a little bit behind the clock, but we're going to get it going right away here. I'm just going to do a little stuff and get it sorted out, and we'll be right there. Okay, I'll be right back. Just hang tight for a second, and I'm going to connect us to the other repeater. I'll be right back. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor VA3 EWV. Is this frequency in use? Okay, if the frequency is not in use, we're going to use a repeater for the next hour, the A3 EWV. We're going to have a little QSO here with AllStar EchoLink, and we're going to join it up. And if anybody wants to pop on in, you can do so. Okay. All right, folks, if y'all want to come join us, you're welcome to do it. Just going to get us logged in there. Only AllStar. There we go. So I hope that we're connected. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I think we should be connected. VA3JPX, can you copy me?
Ernest, I certainly can. You're sounding just fine. Back to you.
Oh, okay, thank you for the check there. This is On the Air with VA3EWV. We're having our Friday night EchoLink AllStar Net. If you are local to Cornwall, you're welcome to join. I do see VE3 MJW out there. If you want to join us, that'll be great. And if anybody else is out there, we already have VA3JPX in there, James from Ottawa. We also have a new visitor here, Kilo Charlie 4 Z Echo X-Ray, and he's here joining us too. We're just going to be doing a round table, and this is the long weekend edition, and come out and have some fun. VA3EWV listening. Okay, call sign, batteries. Put this over here. Okay. KC4 ZEX. Okay, KC4ZEX. Yes. So I have Charles there in Western Kentucky. Is that correct?
Yes, you got it right. I'm located here in just a little bit west of central Kentucky. I'm about 65 miles southwest of Louisville. Had a big derby race about a week ago. They got a big golf thing going on this.
Okay, you dropped out there, but I thought you were saying that you guys have a golf tournament going on there in Louisville today, or this weekend, eh?
Yes, that's been going on about 3 days. But we've had a couple of good days, a couple of real rainy days. And I think they're going to finish it up tomorrow or Sunday morning.
Not much going around in these parts. The weather's not much going around here. The weather's finally good. We've been having off and on rain for like 2-3 weeks. My yard is still very wet. I have an acre and a half, and half the yard is dried up near the highway there, but the rest of it's like really wet. Can't even mow it, and the mosquitoes are really, really bad. Other than that, for the long weekend, I'm just going to a place called Sudbury, Ontario. We're going to I guess you call it a remembrance party or something like that. Well, they used to call them funerals, but they call them something else now. So I'm going to a funeral this weekend, and then Monday I'm going to take it easy. And hopefully if it stays dry, I'll do my lawn over again and do all the weed eating. So it takes about an hour and a half to do all that. Charles, what you gonna be doing this weekend?
I know what you mean about the grass mowing.
Huh?
It's been rainy off and on the last 3 weeks or so. You get 2 good days and 2 or 3 rainy days. It's hard to get it dead to get the grass dried up and mow it. And then before you know it, it's done back up again there. You ever go to the front there, it's ready to go again, and the weather's not ready to rest.
You had me laughing there because that's exactly how it goes, eh? But I'm glad the warm weather is finally upon us. I know in some other parts of Canada they need a lot of wetness because it's starting to have a lot of forest fires around here, you know. But other than that, we're doing pretty good. We're going to go ahead and pass it on to James before he has to get out of here. Pass it over to you, James.
Okay, alright. Everybody on board tonight? Yeah, I don't have any lawn mowing to do, except for the backyard. I live in a condominium townhome, so the maintenance company takes care of it once a week. The only thing I gotta do is take care of the backyard. Since rainfall, we have some cutting to do, but the lawn is so small. Trimmer to do the entire lawn in less than 2 minutes. If I take the lawnmower out, I can do it all in probably 1 minute. So I guess I'm lucky, maybe. I don't know. But I've seen pictures of your place, Ernest, and you got quite a bit of lawn there. Cool. Aside from traffic, must be really nice out where you are. Here it's because we have so many homes in a condensed area. You can really be, and because it's a condominium townhome. A lot of these homes are used as starter homes for families, like to be kids, so it's never quiet, so to speak. So with that, I'll pass it back to you. This is the 8PM.
Okay. I've noticed that I have to press down and wait a few more seconds before I start talking there because it'll cut it off. We do have VE3ARF there that has just come in. Rob, how's your evening going, and what plans do you have for the long weekend?
Good evening, Ernest, and everyone else that's gathered here. Well, I just got in from cutting the grass, so that chore is done for the weekend. And this is the weekend I start toting out some tropical trees and plants from my house that I've wintered. I set them all up in the pergola area of the backyard. So that's a big job because there's some large enough trees, and I need a dolly to bring them up from the basement. It's a big job. And after that, well, I'm going to relax, and it's an extended weekend for me because I took the following 4 days off from work, so it's basically a full week, 9 days off for me, so. Anyway, with that, I'll pass it back to you, Ernest, VE3ARF.
Yeah, I saw those plants in your basement there, and they were blooming like in the middle of the winter, so they must be ready to roll now, you know? I know when I take my ivies outside during the summer, they really just take on off, you know, they love that. But I make sure I don't put anything out until June. Have you heard the same thing? I remember working at cemetery funeral home, and they never put anything out, until like after the May 2-4 weekend, or at least June, because you can always get a little snow or ice sneaking up in there, eh?
fit the long-range forecast. It's the nighttime temperatures I worry about. But you know what? When my plants are all out there for the summer, they don't all get dragged in on the first frost. The light frost can be handled because it's in low-lying areas, and I just bring them in underneath the coverage of the carport, and nothing happens to them. So the temperature can get down to near 0 degrees, and my plants doesn't affect them at all. So they'll all be toted out this weekend.
Well, I'll tell you, I wish I was free to come help you with the back work there, but I'll be driving to Sudbury there. I thought we were just gonna go in my wife's car, and I was like, yes, I don't have to drive, don't have to pay more for gas. And she's like, oh, there's some things that we have to bring back with us, so you need to take your car. And I was like, okay. And then some of the kids are asking if they ride with me. I'm like, nope. Ride with your mom. I'll be trying to catch everything between here and there on the radio. I'm going to be programming most of the repeaters and stuff in from here to there. So hopefully I'm not bored for 7 hours. But there was some folks passed through here last weekend, and I forget where they were coming from, but they were heading to Nova Scotia, and he had tuned in all his repeaters along the way, and he said that was the only one he had heard for hours. Yeah, so that's how that goes. Let's see. So back over to you, Rob, then we'll see who else is on the net there.
Okay, well, good luck with your trip up north. At least the weather's good. I've done the trip before, and I've had good weather, and it's a very enjoyable trip. I find some beautiful scenery when you get out past in the North Bay area, Mattawa, and that. So, and when you pull into the city there on the Highway 17, you'll see the big glass building. That's my regional head office, and you'll see it there. You can't miss it as you pull into Sudbury. It's right up as you go up the hill on 17. It's a big glass, modern-looking building with our logo on it.
Okay.
With that, I will just be listening along from now on. Let everybody have a good evening. The E3ARF.
VE3ARF in the group. Thanks for popping on in there. So we do have the VE3 PGC repeater online now via AllStar node, and also local to any hams that are out there. Anyone on frequency locally or anyone else out there on PGC want to come by and at least say hi? Come on in. VE3EWB listening. Okay, since it's the weekend, we might have a very short net. Nothing wrong with that. A little in and out, as I like to call it. And me, this just gets me to practice and stuff like that. And also, like I was saying to everybody else earlier, I tore my whole thing apart. And when I say tore apart, I mean disconnecting every wire from everything too. So I was very pleased to get everything connected back in just a short time there. So I'll give you guys a little view of the new setup here, and if there's nobody else out there, we'll do one more round and then we'll close it off. So if you are tuned in to the Facebook there, I'll just be doing a tour of the new setup here on the camera to let everybody see it, and then we'll do a round. We'll be right back. Okay. Let me see if I can make this bigger so I can see it as well. So the first thing I did was bought me a little Bristol board thing or whatever. And I put my QSO cards on it. I didn't want to... so the first one I ever got was their VE3RF. That's the first one I ever got. The second one I got was the VE3KK8. But I did get one from Rebecca, VE3 Volkswagen Bug. Got one from her. and I got one from another person as well. So I'll have to do some wire maintenance here. What do you call it? Wire. I forget what they call it. Wire whatever. But I have my my meter here at the top there. So the meter here. There's my EchoLink AllStar node there. Moving the camera over, we have our you can't see the screen on that thing. Anyway, we have that, our SWR meter. Where's the camera? Oh, the camera's on this side. Okay. We have our SWR meter here. Yep. Then down here we have our FT991 alpha there. Let me see if I can get this camera turned around so I can get the good thing on here. Hold on a second. So for those of you that are on net, VA3EWV returning. For those of you that are on the net but not on Facebook, I'm just giving a quick tour of the new setup of the shack there. I'm showing my where my QSO cards are that I've gotten from VE3ARF, but the first one I got was a VE3RF. The second one I got was from VE3KKA. Got the second one from her. Then I had some electronic ones from Rebecca and a couple other people. Here's my new setup. If you guys saw the shack before, I had this dead center, but now there's my Yaesu FT991A on the left hand side there. And then my rotor controller, I just have it in this spot waiting for the everything to be connected. That's going to be soon. VE3FZ, he's already got his up and going there, so we're going to be next. We do have another EchoLink that joined us there. 3243811. Come on in, VA3WV. This is where my Anytone radio goes here. And then here's what I have the sound going through the Bose system. There's the PC there. And then here's our first monitor, our second monitor, and then our third monitor. And then my advanced certificate, my basic certificate, my Aries certificate, and there's one more, but I have to frame it. Here's my thing there, coffee pot, water fountain for when people come over, bar fridge, and then the big mess behind me. I'm going to show you guys the big mess behind me, because I took everything apart, so here's the big mess behind me. Oh, goodness gracious. So I'll get that all sorted out there, and I just had to show you all the good, bad, and the ugly. Okay, let's get it back out here. Okay, I was showing the good, the bad, and the ugly there on the Facebook there. So, like I said, I took everything apart, threw everything on the table behind me, and then started trying to sort everything out on the table in front of me there. So I'll get that all squared away. Probably not tonight, because we're going to pack and get ready to head out for tomorrow morning, where we're going to be leaving like at 5 o'clock in the morning there. So I'll do one last call for anyone on EchoLink out there, or anyone on the local repeater. If nothing's heard, we'll say a round of goodbyes there, and then we'll call it a night. So anyone on the local repeater or EchoLink that hasn't checked in, please come now. Okay, nothing heard. We're going to go in order of which they came in. I see that actually Charles came in first. Kilo Charlie 4, Zulu X-ray, Zulu Echo X-ray. come on in with your finals, and then you're excused at your convenience after.
KC4DX. Yeah, I've been listening at you. I looked over on Facebook, got part of your video there. Looks pretty good from what I can see. Getting back to that grass mowing. I mowed mine Sunday. It took me about 2 hours to mow about 2/3 of it. It'll probably be another week before I get time to mow it again, so you know how that is. Now, we'll try to start getting back in here on Friday night. I've got you wrote down there. I'll try to remember to get in here next Friday night if I'm not doing something, and I'll start checking in regular with you all. KC4DX.
KC4ZEX, we're glad to have you in there. And before you go, one last thing. I'm always curious on how people pick their call signs. Is there a story behind your call sign, or is that what was available when you got your license?
This was my original license that I was assigned in 91 when I upgraded in 01, and I've upgraded twice since then. I just never did change it. That's the original license that came to me from the FCC.
Okay, thank you so much. And with that, we'll secure you at 828 there, and have a good rest of your weekend. We'll see you next week. VA3 JPX James, come on in for your final.
All right, Ernest. Well, nice to have you doing your little mini nets tonight. I wasn't sure if you were, but then I remember seeing an ad that you posted for it, I believe yesterday or something. So there you go. So that's it. Have a safe trip, Ernest. Sudbury's not a short distance there. It's from your location. It's a number of hours away. So hopefully you get there safe and sound. And it's a lot of driving. I think it's 7 hours there, and is it 7 hours there and 7 hours back? If I'm not mistaken. That's an awful lot in the vehicle. So, anyway, have a safe trip, and we'll talk to you probably next week, or maybe even on Monday if you're around. The VA3 EWV from VA3 JPS.
Thank you there, VA3 JPX. We always appreciate you following us and supporting us. And we got a new visitor in here, Kilo 6 COB. Miss Carolyn, come on in there, Miss Carolyn.
Don't have much of a voice tonight, but anyway, just wanted to say hi. I popped up on my thing that you were having your nest, so I thought I would pop in and say hello to you. And did you have a question you were discussing? I just came in the middle of things over.
Well, no, Miss Carolyn. Well, yes, I do have a question. I was always curious how people got their call signs there. I see that I know you talk as much as I do on radio. And also I know that you're going to be having your net tomorrow morning. And hopefully you'll have a little bit of your voice up. Tell us about that there. But I was also wondering how people got their call sign. So Charles there, he got his, and I think he said around the 2000s, but it was his first one. And he's upgraded since, but he's stuck with it. Here in Canada, sometimes we can pick ours, and the call sign means something. So mine is VA3 EWV, and that's my first, middle, and last name, Ernest Wayne Vincent. So I was lucky enough to get that. So even though I've gotten my advanced certificate here and could go on to get a 2 call sign if any ever come available, I think I'm going to stick with this one too, like Charles did. Was your license, was that just what you were assigned, Miss Carolyn, or did you get to pick it? K6CLB, come on in.
My original light that I was assigned was Kilo 6 Juliet Bravo Kilo. That's the one that the FCC gave me when I first got my tech license. When I applied for a vanity call, K6CLB was there for my name cattle and those girls.
There you go.
And I kept it. I'm not, when you as you upgrade it, then you opportunity to change your calls on, but I didn't want to. I'm going to keep that one because it's easy to remember, and I like it. It's easy to say to K6CLB. He was Charlie Oscar from, and I said, yes, and I'll be having my net in the morning at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, and it's on the O Mike note, Oscar Mike India Kilo. So come on and join us, folks. We have a friendly group and we have a good time. And usually my voice is pretty good in the morning, but it starts fading away like it's doing now. But I hope it'll be okay in the morning. K6CLB, back to that.
Well, since you guys got EchoLink, it's going to make my drive a lot shorter. I'm going to be hitting every EchoLink net K6CLB on my long drive because I have a 7-hour trek tomorrow. We're going to go say farewell to my brother-in-law, and then we're driving back the same day. So we're going to leave here at 4 or 5 in the morning, drive down there, the trek, put them in the ground, grab something to eat, and drive back on home. All right, we'll hopefully hear you on there tomorrow. And so you're secured as well at 8:33. Thanks for coming on by. Last person on the list, VE3ARF. If you're there, you can go ahead with your finals, and then we'll be closing off the net. Well, I was probably chasing, whatever we call it. V3ARF is probably taking those plants outside he was talking about earlier, or chasing some FT8. I'm going to go chase me some fried chicken here and some rice with beans. That's what I'm going to do after I get off this net because I can smell them. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and having a great time with me, and thanks for supporting me and VA3EW on there. Until next week, we're going to be saying bye-bye. Have a nice day. All right. That was great. Good time. All right. So we're going to disconnect from PGC. And there we go. All right, folks. That was a good time. I hope everybody have a good long weekend out there. And we'll see everybody next week. Let me look at the connection log here and see who we had that joined the party. So we had KC4ZEX. We had VA3JPX. We had K6COB. We had also VU2ZOE. VU2ZOE come out. And VE3ARF. So that's a good little haul on the long weekend there. We appreciate everybody coming out. Have a good rest of your day. And now I'm going to go, since this front part is good, I'm going to do my wire maintenance or whatever you want to call it. Getting everything sorted out. And then I'm going to eat my food. And then I'm going to sort out this stuff here behind me. It's not a lot, but it's enough. So a lot of this, since the camera's on it, I might as well show, if it's still showing. Let me see. Yep, it's still showing. So most of this stuff here is the stuff I got for my my activations. So to do Parks on the Air. So there's my phone. Here's my adapter, because I have a tablet that I'll be bringing with me to do the Parks on the Air. I just got my new battery. Here's the battery here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's the battery. Let me refresh this to see if I can actually see it. So that's the battery I picked up, if you can see the battery there. So this is the case that I picked up. So the battery will go in the case. My copper cable, because I need to make sure everything's grounded good. I'll just chunk that on the floor for now. My new license to put in my wallet. My advance. Yeah, there you go, baby. There you go. So I have that. I have my Canadian band plan sheet that I always keep with me. Always good to have, since don't know it all by memory. So I'll put that back on my table. Here's my tablet that I'll be using for doing Parks on the Air. Little Windows tablet that my wife gave me. She really supports me with this. She bought my radio, the 991 Alpha, and she gave me this tablet to do my Parks on the Air. So, and that's why I need this little adapter right here. So there you go. So that's going to go inside of my case here too. Here's my candy bar for the road trip tomorrow. My work badge. My tripod that I used in the car when I'm doing my drive after 5. So I'll put that in my bag over there. I just ordered my little for the Yaesu there. So I'll put my Anderson connectors on the back of here. And then I'll have that to go on the battery. So there you go. That's for that. So wow, God, that battery's heavy. So the battery will be in the case, the cable, those two things, and then just move this out the way. So keyboard and mouse. I have a wireless one, so I don't use that one now. Apple TV, because you always want to have the Apple TV connected to your big 60-inch screen there at the top, that's for sure. Okay. What else we got here? Some little baskets for stuff on my table. See, you guys are sitting here getting to see me clean up this stuff. My my variable controller for my fan. I have a old power supply, 20 amp solid state phase pyramid phase 3. Let me see what it says here. Precision pyramid phase 3 DC power supply. That sucker's a beast. When you turn it on, it goes thunk, you know. So that's that. My tablet. I have it in a little case like that because my grandkids like to use it. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. My meter. See, I'm almost got everything cleared up. This is my sandbag. And my twine there. So this also is going in the case. So far, it'll be my battery, the cable, the twine, the sandbag, that. So there we go with that. Then we have the trigger. If you guys have seen this, it's called the Big Shot trigger. This is going to go on the pole, and it has a big slingshot, and you pull everything back. It holds it there, and you pull the trigger, and it lets go, and it should be shooting like over every tree in the nation. So that's with that. So basically, everything over here that you see here is for my POTA stuff. Okay. Scissors, because I needed those to just get some stuff done. Let's go back in the basket. This is what the battery came in, so that's out the way now. And then then we have, let's get this out of the way. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. This is the Simi Valley Amateur Radio Club Tim Smith Memorial Award, Ham Radio Operator of the Year. So I was just shy of a year. I was like 11 months. Well, because I got licensed in January. So this was awarded to me in December. So that's why I'm out here trying to do my thing and promoting the hobby, because I did get a Ham Operator of the Year. So I want to keep that going. This is one of the radios. This is actually my friend VE3ADB. He has to come get his radio. That's his radio there. Keeping it for him. My ICOM that's in my bag over there. That's the cable for it, but that's my ICOM. It has D-Star, and they have D-Star in Ottawa, so that's where I bring that and use that in Ottawa. Here's my Yaesu FT65. You don't see it here because it is actually in here. So we do a lot of fox hunts with our club. This year we had a bit of a technical issue, so we were out for a little while. And while we're waiting to get that sorted out, my wife bought me my own fox here. And here it is in here. So here's the fox here. You turn it on your radio. It's got the radio right here. And then the fox does its thing. So you'll hear it come on and do its thing. And so I have it all in the case here. And then over behind my award there's my Yagi antenna for fox hunting. So that's what you have over there. We'll see, let you guys hear how this sounds like if it pops on here in a second. It's got a cool little tune to it. So this is usually connected. So I just turned it off. It has a 3-mile radius on it. And when I get back from the funeral there, I'll be definitely practicing with this. We have our first fox hunt in June there. So I'm all ready to go. I'll be practicing with this. And also, I'll also be having a little get together at my house prior to the fox hunt. So people can come and practice with their fox and stuff like that. So there you go with that. There's the fox with that. Ready to go. So yes, ICOM for D-Star, FT65 solely for the fox hunt. There's my marine band radio there. My marine radio. This is for my Anytone. I use this a lot around the house. So I have it connected to my Anytone. This is the Bluetooth. It looks like a handy talkie. But it's the Bluetooth thing for the Anytone radio. I use this so much, let me tell you. Then there's the old trusty Baofeng, but it's a tri-bander with 220. Then beside it is my other Baofeng, with the mic is hiding here. There's my other Baofeng, but it's DMR. And then there's my Wuxin dual bander. So I have a dual bander, a tri-bander, a DMR, a marine radio, one for my fox hunting, and one for the D-Star. And the box is over there. That's for my mobile. So you basically gotten to see the good, bad, and the ugly of the shack there. We'll bring it back around. Yeah, I have to do the wiring and stuff, get everything all prettied up and stuff like that. Move my grandson's stuff. And there you have it, folks. So this is the new shack. Like I said, got this thrown together in an hour there. And yeah, we're ready to go. We have our dual monitors down here. And our big monitor at the top there. And everybody who logged into the net tonight. There we go right there. Okay. That's it, folks. Everybody have a good evening. VA3 EWD, we're clear. Have a good day. Bye-bye.